What happy retirees know that you don't. 10,000 people are turning 65 every single day in America right now. And here's what nobody's telling you. Most of them have absolutely no idea what they're going to do with the rest of their lives. But I just asked hundreds of retirees what's actually keeping them sane, happy, and out of trouble. And what they told me will completely change how you think about retirement. Let's get into it. Look, I spent years working at the third busiest Social Security office in the entire country. I've seen it all. And one thing I've learned? Retirement isn't just about getting your check. It's about figuring out what the heck you're going to do with all that time. Because here's the truth. For decades, we define ourselves by our work, our identity, our purpose. And then one day, poof, it's gone. So what happens next? Well, I just crowdsourced this from our community of retirees, and they gave me some absolutely brilliant life hacks. Some of these are obvious, some will surprise you, and one of them, honestly, it might just save your life. First, let's talk about why this is so important right now. We're in the middle of what experts are calling the silver tsunami. Baby boomers, over 70 million of them, are retiring in droves. And here's the kicker. AI and robots are coming for everyone else's jobs too. Elon Musk literally just said he's turning a Tesla factory into a robot factory. He wants to build 1 million robots a year. And he's talking about universal basic income because, well, what else are people going to do when they don't have work? So whether you're already retired, about to retire, or you're 25 and wondering what your future looks like, this conversation matters. Because retirement, or just having time, isn't the dream everyone thinks it is. You know what the number one issue is? It's not money, it's not health, it's boredom, it's loss of purpose, it's waking up every day and thinking, now what? And that's where these life hacks come in. Okay, let's start with the most obvious one. Movement. I'm not talking about running marathons or becoming a gym rat. I'm talking about whatever you can do. I swim 3 times a week for an hour. Some people walk, some do yoga, some do tai chi. One person in our community said they do sidewalk chalk art at cancer centers and churches. Here's why this matters. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. Period. Harvard did a multi-decade study on longevity, and guess what they found? The people who live the longest, happiest lives are the ones who move. It doesn't have to be intense, it just has to be consistent. So whatever you can do, walk, swim, garden, play with your dog, just do it. Make it part of your routine. Number 2, keep your brain sharp. I call this cognitive cross-training. Learn something new, pick up a language, do crossword puzzles, learn about AI. Heck, learn about coding, although honestly, AI might make that obsolete too. The point is, your brain is a muscle. If you don't use it, you lose it. One person in our community said they're learning Tai Chi. Another said they're writing children's books at 74 years old. One person is a gold and silver stacker and constantly learning something new. Find something that challenges you, something that makes you think, something that gets you excited to wake up in the morning. All right, here's the big one. And this is backed by science. Harvard's longevity study, the same one I mentioned earlier, found that the number one factor in living a long, happy, healthy life is social connections. Not money, not exercise, not diet, relationships. And here's the problem. Since smartphones were invented, we've all got our heads down. We're talking to people on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. But we're not actually connecting with real humans. Human beings are social animals. We need to get out there and interact with people face to face. So join a club, volunteer at a homeless shelter, go to church, take a class, hang out with your neighbors. Whatever it takes, get out there and build real connections. Because loneliness kills, literally. It's worse for your health than smoking. Number 4, hobbies. But here's the key. You can't just have hobbies. You have to treat them like a job. When you were working, you had structure. You had to show up at 9 a.m. You had deadlines. You had accountability. Well, guess what? You need that same structure in retirement. So schedule your hobbies. If you like painting, paint 3 times a week. If you like gardening, garden every Tuesday and Thursday. If you like volunteering, block out time for it. Make it consistent. Make it part of your routine. Because without structure, hobbies just become stuff you mean to do but never actually get around to. Okay, this one might sound weird, but stick with me. It's called negative visualization, and it's a gratitude hack. We all do positive visualization, right? Like, what if I had a new car? What if I had more money? What if I had hair? But negative visualization is the opposite. It's when you imagine losing what you already have: your family, your health, your dog, your friends, your home. Imagine waking up tomorrow and one of those things is gone. How would you feel? Doing this makes you appreciate what you do have. It shifts your perspective. It makes you grateful. And gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for happiness. Number 6, nature. Human beings are not just social animals, we're natural animals. We're meant to be outside. Go for a walk, sit in a park, drive somewhere scenic, garden, hike, bike, whatever. Unless it's 3 degrees below zero, get outside. Nature has this incredible ability to calm your mind, reduce stress, and just make you feel better. Don't underestimate it. Number 7, declutter. You've accumulated so much junk over the years. We all have. So get rid of it. Clarify your environment. Why? Because a cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind. And a cluttered mind leads to stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. So go through your house, donate stuff, throw stuff away. Keep only what you actually need or love. You'll be amazed at how much lighter you feel. And here's my last one, and honestly, this one's really important. Record your stories. You've lived an incredible life. You've got memories, experiences, lessons learned, and one day you won't be here to share them. So grab your phone. Record yourself talking about your childhood, your career, your trials, your triumphs. Talk about your parents, your grandparents, your service in the military. Give those recordings to your kids. Give them to your grandkids. Put them on a hard drive. Make copies. Because 50 years from now, 100 years from now, 150 years from now, you'll still be here. Your voice, your wisdom, your legacy. Don't let that disappear. Now, I asked our community what they're doing to stay busy and happy in retirement, and the responses were amazing. One person said they're volunteering at homeless shelters and animal shelters. Another said they're taking socks to homeless people. One person is writing children's books at 74. Another does horror books and horror movies to stay entertained. One person walks on old railroad trails every day. Another rides an e-bike. One person does Tai Chi. Another does gardening and home projects and takes care of their 4-legged creatures. And you know what? Every single one of them is doing something. They're not just sitting around waiting for life to happen. They're out there living. And that's the key. Here's the thing. This isn't just about retirement anymore. With AI and robots coming for jobs, everyone is going to need to figure out what to do with their time, whether you're 65, 45, or 25. So the question is, what gives your life meaning? What makes you happy? What keeps you engaged? Because work isn't going to define you forever. And money, well, money only goes so far. At the end of the day, what matters is your health, your relationships, your purpose, and your peace of mind. So start thinking about that now. Don't wait until you retire. Don't wait until AI takes your job. Start building those habits today. Alright, that's it for today. But I want to hear from you. If you're retired, or if you know someone who is, what are you doing to stay happy, healthy, and sane? Drop it in the comments below. Let's crowdsource this together. And if you found this helpful, do me a favor. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because we're building a community here, a community of people who actually help each other navigate Social Security, Medicare, retirement, and life. All right, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.